Today on Spellz, you'll need paper, a marker, an envelope with a window, a glue stick, some paper squares, a safety pin, and a hanky. Get ready to have some fun.
Hi, welcome to another fun-filled episode of Spellz.
I'm Bridget Hall.
And I'm Jay Sankey.
And as you can see, we're just hanging around.
Good one, Bridge. Now, in case you're wondering how we got here, today's show is called Lick and Stick. And it's all about magic tricks that involve licking and sticking, and, well, we sort of got carried away.
These things can happen when you work on a magic show. But, Jay, how are we going to get down? I wonder what Houdini would do.
He'd probably escape. Let's make some magic. Bridget, this one is all about numbers. Numbers.
Okay.
I love numbers. Look at this. I love them so much. I cut out all these small pieces of paper here, and I wrote a lot of different numbers on it. You can see there's an 11, a 5, a 7, a 12, all these different numbers. I got actually about 20 different numbers in there.
Cool.
I'm going to ask you to take the envelope, put it behind your back,
Okay.
remove one, any one you want. Remove it and hold it in your hand. Don't let me, make sure I can't have a peek. I'm going to look away. I'm going to look over there and think about magical things. Oh, I am. Tell me when you're done.
All right.
You got something held in your hand?
Yes, I do.
Make sure I can't peek it. Okay, here we go. I get a sense. It's coming to me. I can see it. Got it. I'm thinking it's the number 8. That's what I'm thinking. All right.
Do it again.
Unstoppable. Here is how you do it. You're gonna need a few things for this. Piece of paper, glue stick. It's nice to have one of these special stamp collecting envelopes, but you don't need one of these envelopes. You can just use a regular window envelope if you want as well. But you can get these kind at stamp stores, okay? You got one of these envelopes. You also got not one, but 2 piles of numbers, okay? Here, these are all the different ones with all different, and over here, these have all got the same, okay? It doesn't have to be the number 8. Any number will do, okay?
All right.
So, this is the special tricky envelope because what we have is what magicians call a secret wall or a second wall inside. It's just a piece of paper that matches, okay? And I slip it inside. Then on one side, the side with the window, I put all the different numbers.
Right.
So that looks fair. You got all these different numbers, and they can see, and they totally trust that they're all different. Then I get the glue stick, and I put a little glue along here, and I stick this shut. So they can't even get to those numbers. They can never get to them. The only ones they can get to are on the other side, which is where all the 8s are, all right? Give a shake and make sure all the different numbers are showing, right? But behind their back, when they open it up, they don't even think twice. They reach right inside to the other side. And, of course, grab an 8 every time.
Jay, you can see there are tons of different numbers in this envelope, right? You've got 18, 12, 10. So why don't you put it behind your back and pick any number you want. Just reach in.
I've got one.
Don't let me see.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to make a prediction. I think I got it. What number did you pick?
I got 8. Good evening. Welcome to another installment of Houdini's Buography. Bridget?
Jay, tonight, Houdini. Jay?
Whatty, Bridget?
Houdini, Jay.
I know. I was joking. Bridget!
Hilarious, Jay. Tonight, one of Houdini's most famous escapes. One of Harry Houdini's most dazzling spectacles was performed in front of 80,000 people. It was known as the straitjacket escape. Houdini was bound in a straitjacket with his ankles shackled and tied with rope. He was then raised by a crane. people gasped as he hung upside down, suspended hundreds of feet in the air, while thrashing and twisting about to make his escape. By now, the audience was not only spellbound, but terrified. But not to fear, Harry Houdini always managed to escape.
Fascinating. Bridget?
Jay, riveting. A note to our viewers, don't try this at home. It's dangerous. Jay?
Very dangerous. Indeed. One might even call it a sticky situation. Huh. Sticky. Ow. Check it out. That's a real safety pin, right? Careful. It's sharp. Ooh. Lock that right through it. Look at that. Right in the handkerchief. But watch the magic. Just like this, I can do this. Ow, 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 ow. And right off. And still, the handkerchief is completely untorn. Here is how you do it. You're gonna need two things. One very safe, one not so safe, even though they call it a safety pin, okay? Gotta be careful here. You're gonna need a cloth handkerchief, okay? And kind of one of the bigger size safety pins, but you really should be careful, like I said, because they can be quite sharp, right? So you gotta be careful with this. It starts by me looking like I take it and kind of stick it through the side. I mean, that's very convincing. It looks like I've just skewered it right through, but I actually didn't do it, okay? All I did was lay the pointy end sort of against it and then do a little bit of a kind of a poke gesture, but I didn't actually poke it through, and I just close this on it. So I don't actually stick it through. I actually just kind of place it over and then close it, and it fits right inside. Then, if you would just pull it down, you get this nice, it sounds like it's tearing, okay? But my favorite part is when you get near the end and you give it a big tug and it comes right off, relooks, and notice that as I was going along, okay, boom, boom, you kind of gather it up in your hand.
Okay.
Because you don't want them to be able to see it's not torn.
Right,
Okay?
okay.
So you pull it along, pull it along, pull it along, and then at the end, you perform this magic gesture, open it up, and they see impossibly the handkerchief is completely unharmed. The two things to remember with this trick is, first, because you don't actually stick the pin through the handkerchief, don't tell them what you're going to do before you do it. Just pretend and they'll assume that they know what you just did. The other thing to remember is handle that safety pin very carefully, unless you can also make a Band-Aid magically appear. So, Bridget, what do you have for us today?
Well, actually, I have two make and do's today. First, I have a magic calendar, and this is great if you want to organize when to practice your magic tricks or see when your next performance is. I also have the do not disturb sign, and this is great because, of course, secrecy is pretty important if you're a magician. You don't want to give away your tricks. So it's best if you use one of these whiteboard calendars. They're great because you can change the month and the dates each week and month. Now what I've taken is one of these little giant puzzle pieces, which I think is great for a background. So you just want to glue it to the puzzle, just like that. Once it's dried, you can decorate it a bit. So put little stars in the corner, maybe a wand or whatever you want. Next is the do not disturb sign. Just use some cardboard, and you can get your mom and dad help make these big holes in there right there, so you can use a rope and tie it in. This is kind of like a black velvety rope, which I really like. And these great little felt sticky letters, which I think go perfect for this. So you just peel it off, and then you can stick it right on. And what you can even do is you can actually tape this to the back of the calendar, so you can just flip them around whenever you want.
So they can be totally connected one after the other?
Yeah, that's
right. What a great way to combine them.
joining us today. Boy, that Houdini stunt really was a sticky situation.
Sure was. Hey, Bridget, would you like to see a sticky situation we can really sink our teeth into?
Sure. Nice one, Jay. See you next time.
I'm gonna perform a trick called In the Mail. First of all, you take an envelope, both the strings going straight through, no cuts. So I cut right up the middle of it, and abracadabra, it's in one piece.